Their efforts to dismantle the Social Security Agency are as dangerous as anything else they are doing in this country, especially because the people who will be most negatively affected by their dismantling and undermining of the Social Security Agency are the people who most need the support that they get from Social Security and who have the fewest resources to try to make up for it if these guys screw it up. It's profoundly dangerous what they are doing. And that's why you're seeing not only old people and disabled people who get Social Security revolting.
Unlike Rachel Maddow, who's willing to lie to the people, Elon Musk is out here talking about the truth. And he just talked about a huge scandal with Social Security that's driving Democrats insane. Attorney General Pam Bondi sends out a strong message to domestic terrorists who have vandalized Teslas across the nation. A liberal panics as they're caught in the act of vandalism and gaslighting their victim. And JD Vance sets mainstream liberal media straight for lying to the American people. It's time to get your popcorn, guys, because we got some shocking news today. We're going to go ahead and start off with just how much trouble Social Security is in right now. And no, not in the way that Rachel Maddow wants you to believe, because she's part of the system that wants to instill fear into people who receive these benefits, saying that cuts will affect seniors who have paid into the system their entire working lives. That's not what's happening here. What's happening is that Doge is actually finding a huge amount of fraud taking place within these entitlement programs. And Elon Musk himself said that we should expect arrests to be made.
In fact, I believe someone is going to be arrested tomorrow. This is someone who actually stole 400,000 Social Security numbers and personal information from the Social Security database, and was selling Social Security numbers and all of identification information in order for people to basically steal money from Social Security. This is like, by the way, a particular avenue of fraud for like illegal immigrants and for voter fraud, because the main way that identification is established in the United States is via Social Security. So if you compromise the Social Security system, you can basically get people to get de facto registered to vote, even if they're not citizens, and to get a bunch of benefits and to milk the system. It's pretty insane. Like the Democrats basically taken every part of the government that could possibly be bent towards providing financial incentives for illegal immigrants to come to and remain in the United States, whether it's the Social Security, disability, Medicare, unemployment, even like IRS refunds without any income. It's wild.
Now, remember, Rachel Maddow doesn't want Doge sniffing around Social Security. And here they found how our accounts are being used by illegal immigrants to collect benefits that's meant for U.S. citizens. Elon Musk also claimed in an interview that there are those on Social Security that don't get their benefits because a fraudster had already collected their money. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think it's right for anyone else to collect money that's rightfully ours, right? Which is exactly why it's confusing as to why Democrats keep saying that our benefits will be cut when the fact is it's the fraud that has to stop. Now let's talk about the unwarranted hate that's hit Elon Musk and his company, shall we? Namely Tesla, because they're the ones that are mostly exposed to the public. AG Pam Bondi has once again made it very clear that attacking or vandalizing a Tesla is considered an act of domestic terrorism. So here's the most recent warning from Pam Bondi.
I've made it clear, if you take part in the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, we will find you, arrest you, and put you behind bars. Today, I'm proud to announce that the Department of Justice has unsealed federal charges against another Tesla attacker. We've charged Cooper Frederick in the firebombing of a Tesla dealership that occurred on March 7th in Loveland, Colorado. All of these cases are a serious threat to public safety. Therefore, there will be no negotiating. We are seeking 20 years in prison. The crime was committed in Colorado, and thanks to the great investigative work by the FBI, the defendant was arrested in Plano, Texas. Let this be a warning. You can run, but you cannot hide. Justice is coming.
Hey, by the way, guys, you've got to check out the Inner Circle. This is where our true supporters get exclusive access to content that I just can't share here, completely commercial free. It's also the best way to keep this channel going strong. So if you want to be a part of something special, join us over there. Links in the description or in the pinned comment down below. There's very little choice for Bondi given that only Democrats are condoning these attacks. There's a tiny percent of Democrats who are actually calling them out, but most of them have encouraged these kinds of actions. And while they've never outright said to attack these vehicles, they did use terms like take down and have even asked some to take out Elon Musk. But the irony here is that these people don't vandalize these properties when someone's looking, even though they all act all tough and bad when they're done. But it's like a cheap shot, you know what I mean? Because look at what happens when one of these courageous liberals gets caught in the act.
Free service.
Free service? How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off with a towel.
No,
it's not.
No,
a heat.
it is a hate crime, sir. It is a hate crime. Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work. Apparently it doesn't work.
Did you write a swastika on the? It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Did you? Is it a swastika?
I was probably putting my keys in my pocket.
Is it a swastika?
Have you looked at your car?
Is it a swastika?
Is there a key mark?
Yes. Is it a swastika?
That's impossible.
It's at the police right now. It's being fingerprinted.
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
Because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down. So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now. Listen, because you chose to write so to tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against your car, and I have nothing against you.
So why would you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the way
to show my... So Elon Musk owns that car? Because it was bought and paid for. It was bought and paid for a long time ago.
That's why it's misguided, and obviously I did not intend to do this.
All right, we're going to wait for that.
Everybody's tough until they're confronted. And notice how he gaslights the Tesla owner saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're upset." And how he continues to lie even though he was caught on camera. You just drew a swastika on the guy's car and the victim has evidence, and you're blaming him for being upset? This is a great representation of the tolerant left. And it would be great to see more clips that show what kinds of excuses they give for their actions. Now, I also have to acknowledge that he's acting like he's the victim, that Elon Musk did something so horrible to him that it forced him to damage another man's car. This is just crazy at this point. And hey guys, I keep getting messages from you guys, comments saying, "Hey Ron, I keep missing your videos. I keep missing the breaking news. Can you please make sure I get notified?" So I've taken care of you guys. All you got to do is hit the link in the description down below this video or in the pinned comment and join the breaking news newsletter. That's it, totally free. Now, I did see that he allegedly owns a private car service company in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. His name's Chad Rittenbaugh, and he offered to clean up his own mess through his company. Good to see that the Tesla owner didn't fall for that one. Rittenbaugh's lawyer did release a statement regarding this incident, and instead of addressing what his client did, he went and said this instead. "My client is a proud father, longtime resident, and is currently undergoing cancer treatment," as if any of that has anything to do with what he just did to that man's Tesla. Now, I'm not sure how any of this is connected to his crime. You see how they're trying to elicit sympathy from the crowd? Like, none of that was even relevant. Now, since we talked a lot about propaganda coming from the left tonight, let's add one more, shall we? Mainstream media is pushing the idea that Trump's administration deported a completely innocent man. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt talked to the press to clarify what actually happened.
Well, first of all, the error that you are referring to was a clerical error. It was an administrative error. The administration maintains the position that this individual who was deported to El Salvador and will not be returning to our country was a member of the brutal and vicious MS-13 gang. That is fact number one. Fact number two, we also have credible intelligence proving that this individual was involved in human trafficking. And fact number three, this individual was a member, actually a leader of the brutal MS-13 gang, which this president has designated as a foreign terrorist organization. Fact number four is that foreign terrorists do not have legal protections in the United States of America anymore. anymore. And it is within the president's executive authority and power to deport these heinous individuals from American communities. It is a promise he campaigned on. It is a promise he is keeping. And every single person in this room should be grateful for that, considering especially MS-13 is very prevalent and prominent here in the District of Columbia, in Maryland, and in Virginia. And the president, the attorney general, everyone who has been involved in these operations is focused on eradicating these criminals and terrorists from our communities.
Vice President J.D. Vance also clapped back when he was asked or challenged by Kyle Cheney, a legal affairs reporter, with the VP saying that Cheney is either unable or unwilling to look at the facts. So here are the facts according to him. In 2019, an immigration judge determined that this man was a member of the MS-13 gang. He also had multiple traffic violations for which he failed to appear in court for. And if these reporters were looking for due process regarding this illegal immigrant, the vice president said that it's already been done. So having him deported was the right thing to do. Now I get it. There will come a time when this administration will make a mistake, especially with the scope and the pace that they've been doing these deportations. They're bound to kick the wrong person out. I mean, it's purely a numbers game. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but I'm just saying, mistakes will happen. But up until they deport a U.S. citizen by mistake, I think it's safe to say that they're still doing what the average voter who voted for Trump wants. And that was the majority of America. And to be honest with you guys, Democrats can and probably will challenge some of these in courts. But I have a feeling they already have their hands full at the moment. Leadership within the Democratic Party are busy defending their own, with Hakeem Jeffries backing up Jasmine Crockett for calling Governor Greg Abbott as Governor Hot Wheels. So I think it's no wonder they're so unpopular nowadays. Now, I covered that in a recent video. I urge you guys to watch that one. As always, thanks for hitting the like button and subscribing. We'll see you next time.